Hello and welcome to Chicago Reacts. You get casual Lauren today because, and this is starting to sound like a broken record, I'm sick. I don't know if I'm sick again or just sicker, but point remains, I'm ill. So, you get me hella cash. Anyways, today I'm going to be looking at a JonTron video. This one is fairly new. It is called How to Get Revenge. You know, let's find out. I can be petty. Let's find out how we're gonna get revenge on the people who have so grievously wronged us. Let's begin.
Oh yeah, I was just about to... Whoa, Nelly, what is that?
A tank?
You can't park that thing here. But you know where you can park that thing?
No.
World of Tanks, which is incidentally the amazing sponsor of today's video. This ain't just any old game of pew-pew, my friends. This is a game of pew-pew in giant hunks of historically accurate metal. Oh yeah, we're talking about the granddaddy of strategic tank warfare. Dive headfirst into the fray and find yourself upon a fleet of dazzlingly authentic-to-life war machines. Would you look at these absolute threads on treads? And guess what? You, yes you, can command your battalion of steel behemoths for the low, low price of absolutely nothing. New recruit? Use the code COMBAT when you sign up and unlock the Vault of Wonders. We're talking the Cromwell Beat Tank, a hefty stash of 250,000 credits, 7 glorious days of premium access, and not one, not two, but 3 rental tanks. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. Are you hearing this? With over 800 tanks to choose from, you'll find a playstyle that suits your fancy, and then some. Commandeer light, medium, and heavy tanks. Or you can just become a sneaky little destroyer. Sneaky little stupid guy, stupid baby tank, just step on him. You could be him. So click that link at the top of the description and remember the combat code is exclusively for you fresh-faced privates out there. So let's show them what new blood can do while it's, still inside your body, preferably. And now,
So there's that. I'm actually releasing this video soon enough that you actually can probably use that code for once. So that's something new and different. But before we go to the feature presentation, it's time for me to do my plug. Because that's right, folks, we got merch. Mostly, we got shot glasses. That is what we have. So see, we have 4 of them. One of them says Chicago Reacts. One of them is from the Americans Learn channel. One is for Chicanime, that is the anime channel. And one is for me, it says Bartender. And it's blue on the inside, or black on the inside. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have that. We have merch now, which is something fun and exciting. Buy them to help me buy medicine so I get better. Anyway, the link will be in the description below if you want to get some merch. Anyway, now on to the feature presentation.
Feature Halloween-themed presentation. Sort of.
Sort of. Kind of.
Trick or treat! They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and normally I would have said that was like an oversimplification, overgeneralization, but then I saw this. Oh, forgot to plug it in, damn it, come on. Then I saw this. How to Get Revenge starring Linda Blair. That's right, those morals are going from blood red to blood gray. And yes, it is the very same Linda Blair who cemented her legacy as a legendary scream queen after her performance as Regan O'Neill, the possessed girl from The Exorcist. You may also remember her from Fox Family's paranormal reality series, The Scariest Places on Earth. You know, the one with the really weird voice?
Pasquale senses an angry spirit who was denied proper burial.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that was all about.
Pasquale senses an angry spirit who was denied proper burial. Yes, we all do the creepy witch voice a little differently. I bet I could do it even better now that I'm sick.
Anyways, well, in 1989, she starred in what IMDb calls a dark and humorous take on how to get revenge on those that have wronged you.
Okay. Oh, it's hosted by Linda Blair. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, I was like, is it a book? No, it is some kind of film.
Featuring guy whose face is, he doesn't even want to be associated with this? But too bad. This is the modern age. We have AI face unblurring technology. You can't hide. Okay, never mind. I actually see why that might have been that way. That actually checks out. Put that back the way it was. What, you don't think this is scary enough for Halloween? Then I guess you must not fear pieces of media fraught with opportunities for litigious...
Sorry, I don't want to miss his jokes, but I will if I am coughing horrifically.
Guess you must not fear pieces of media fraught with opportunities for litigious action. Oh, look at you, you're so brave. This should be a pretty wild ride. So let's see how to get revenge.
Let's find out. I mean, like, it depends on who you're getting revenge on, I think is part of it, right? Like, if you're getting revenge on a sibling, if you were my siblings, well, specifically if you were my sister, you wait for a little while. You just wait. And you wait until the moment is right. And then you tell. And then your brother gets in trouble. Even though it was months later, she was great. She was very good at figuring out exactly the exact right moment to drop a bomb. Usually at dinner time. Usually when one or the other of my parents had food in their mouth, and then she would be like, oh yeah, like the time you set my Beanie Baby on fire. And then both of them would choke and then start yelling. And like usually this would get the heat off of whatever they were about to go on to her for. It was just like, it was poetry in motion. Absolutely poetry in motion. Good job, sis. You've done well. I'm still so proud of you for all of those times. She watches some of these, so I'm like, maybe she'll see this one. I love you. Anyway, like, there's that way to get revenge. That's a good one. I'm trying to think if there's any ways I've ever gotten revenge on somebody. I'll think about it, but you guys let me know what's your best revenge story in the comments below.
I was just reading a few pages from a fascinating book. It is literally filled with countless pieces of wisdom. One in particular deserves quoting. It reads, "Vengeance is mine." Now that's a powerful quote. And from what book am I reading? The Bible.
Oh, hey, are we playing Use the Bible to justify what I want to do right now? I freaking love this game. Leviticus 27:4. The price of a woman between 20 and 60 years of age shall be 30 shekels. Oh, come on, I don't buy that. There's got to be some depreciation along the way.
Now let me ask you a personal question. Has someone ever made you so angry, so upset, that you considered some form of retribution? Some form of revenge?
Me? Oh, come on. That's not in my constitution. Okay, fine, you caught me. But you would have done the same in my shoes. That damn dog stole my NBA career. Damn you, Airbud!
Let's face it, revenge can be sweet. Especially when it's against someone who really deserves it.
Ooh, hello. That seems to be coming a little too naturally to her. You know, maybe this was her idea after all. She didn't need to be coerced. This is, she's getting enjoyment from this. So yeah, this whole thing appears to just be an actual guide on how to get revenge on people you don't like. And that wouldn't be like too weird if it weren't for the fact that a very famous person was headlining it. I don't really understand what they were thinking when they conceived of this. How exactly was this supposed to be received by the general public? Did anyone watch this and think it was normal or useful? I mean, you can already tell it's got this kind of weird dark undertone to it, like...
Oh, shh, don't tell my wife. Look, let me tell you my favorite revenge story.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sure you're joking, but...
I'm dying. I went as a Victorian ghost for Halloween who had died of consumption because I'm dying.
At the same time, it doesn't really feel like it. Seriously, who was the intended audience for this? It must have been really awkward to rent this from Blockbuster, you know? This isn't for like research or anything. I'm just like a huge fan of Linda Blair. I jack off to this, okay? I only jack off to this. Why are you looking at me like I belong on some kind of FBI watch list? Let's look at your rental history. National Geographic Safari Edition? I guess we got a furry here, everybody.
Now, when I talk about revenge, I'm not talking about bodily injury to anybody. I mean, that is definitely not our purpose here.
No, of course not. And on behalf of our legal team, we thank you for clarifying, Linda. Anyways, check out how the belt on this chainsaw's perfect for going through this hedge in the shape of my sister who cut me out of my dad's will. Oh my gosh, look at that perfectly clean cut, not related to anything in this material existence. So anyways, now the thing starts in earnest, and she starts off by showing us this guy who apparently specializes in messing with people's houses or something, but not before she gives us this important message.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Yeah, I've lived long enough to know that's a serious threat. Thanks for the heads up.
Meet Private Investigator Kyle Pappenfuss. He's about to take us on a tour of what one can do to a Mark's home.
Why is he standing like that for so long? That was just a really weird choice of from the director of this film, to have him stand just because it's not a still shot. Like, they just had him standing like that. Okay.
There's so much about this, I don't even know where to begin. Do I talk about how he's Pappenfuss? Do I talk about his bold stance he's got there? Do I talk about the fact that she just referred to the victim of the crime she's about to encourage as a fucking mark? Is that what I talk about? Let's hear old Pappenfuss out, huh? He might have some...
Okay, this guy, what? Okay, he looks like Mr. Bean. Like, that is the vibe I'm getting. Like, a cruel Mr. Bean is, I guess, the vibe that I'm getting off of this guy. What? Okay.
Huh? He might have something good to say. Let's climb right up into that Pappenfussy, swirl around and see what's in there.
All right. First things first. The mailbox.
And he sounds like John Mulaney. Okay, so this... This is gonna be a rough one, guys. I'm really sorry. Also, the mailbox looks like it's got a mustache. It's like it's got little eyes and a mustache, little arms. Anyway.
Easy pickings. Everybody has a mailbox, and everybody reaches for their mail.
In the history of the world, nothing good has ever followed that sentence.
Who says you can't put more than mail in there, huh?
Oh my God. Man, this guy, I don't know, he's got like an X factor. Like, you know, you see, he says it how it is. Hold on a second. Like, you know when someone just like speaks to you on that extra level, you just want to write it down so you can format it later into like a 124-page about manifesto? Like, that's what this guy's doing for me. This is a knowledgeable guy. You can learn something from this guy.
Think of something nasty you wouldn't want in there. Get the picture?
So at this point, she moves on from the last guy and she goes to this like private investigator who I guess people would go to if they wanted to get revenge on someone. I don't know, was this a real thing back then? I thought this was just a thing that only happened in like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mr. Vickers, could you give us an example of what could be done to a former friend or lover?
Few examples, huh?
Oh, sorry, you caught me off guard there. I didn't notice the film crew laying undersea cables through my kitchen and dining room for the last 7 hours. Anyways, now for my candid statement that may or may not land me in a class action civil suit. Look at my hat. Look at my hat. Look at my hat here. I have the hat. I have a hat. I'm just saying that because he has a hat there.
Okay, let's talk about friends. Such as my client, Mr. Harold Jerriman over here. Harold, why don't you pick it up from here?
So he looks like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, but with a mustache and big glasses. Granted, I have big glasses. I do. My glasses are also huge, so I can't say really much about that. But, you know, mine are cooler.
The incident took place on Thursday afternoon during my lunch break.
So just to bring you up to speed on the lore behind this part, this guy, he's got a complaint that he got bullied out of a seat at a Chinese restaurant because of, God knows, I don't know. Do you see it?
Because of the way that he's trying to use chopstick? Like, he agreed. Okay. I mean, these are all going to be actors, right? Like, this video has to be, this movie has to be like a mockumentary. That's where I'm going to go with. The movie is a mockumentary, but they played it fully straight and never admitted it was a mockumentary, is what my guess is.
Anything? I don't see anything. Yeah. See no evil, hear no evil. I might be speaking the evil.
I was so humiliated This kind of thing happened to me many times in the past, and I wanted to get even with that man. I looked upon him as being all the people who have hurt me rolled into one, and that's when I contacted Mr. Vickers.
See, this is where it actually gets dark and scary, okay? The rest was jokes. This is where the goosebumps start to go up my arm. You do not want to be the last guy in the line to piss this guy off. Personally, that's the vibe I'm picking up from this.
Well, when Harold first came to me, he didn't know what to do. All he had was the punk's license number, but that was enough for me. I went down to the Department of Motor Vehicles, and I filled out a form.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I just gotta stop. I gotta ask. Is the guy in the right small or is the guy in the left big? Because I can't tell which one is which because they both kind of look like they're normal sized relatively, but when they're next to each other like this, I can't tell.
Now, Harold here was adamant about getting even with him himself, so we laid out a battle plan. Harold, you take over, buddy.
With pleasure. I planted a toy handgun under the truck's seat. Then I went to a telephone and phoned the police and stated anonymously that I had seen where the robber lived. To make a long story short, the police arrived just as the man was getting into his truck.
Yeah, this right here is when he knew he fucked up for real, okay? He's not laughing anymore. He was like, okay, I was playing it up for the camera. What's going on with you? I think this guy's for real. Call somebody. I don't want to be near him anymore. Yeah, so Big Boss Daddy over here is just talking about how he framed an innocent person by planting a gun on them in the dark of night, and that's just fine. See, that's what I'm saying about this. I've dug up as much as I could on the internet about this film, and there's just not that much information on the thing itself or the people involved in it. Like, these people don't really seem like they're acting. The whole time they're sort of just playing it off like it's an act, but I don't know if I buy it. There's even a part later that's just a guy showing you how to sabotage a car. Isn't there some kind of federal clause prohibiting this sort of thing?
All right, the next...
I mean, it's certainly illegal to call in fake tips to the police. Like, that's illegal. So this, yeah, no, this is obviously very fake, but, I mean, and good kudos to these people for being able to act like it's not. But this is clearly a joke.
Next thing here we'll deal with is cooling system. The idea is to put substances in there that expand with water. Baking flour, pancake batter, or even paper mache.
Really, the only limit is your imagination. As long as it stalls their engine when they're already doing 90 down the interstate, I'll co-sign that.
Okay, but the thing too is, even if it's a mockumentary, like, even if it's a, like, fair use or whatever, it's a joke, you can't give real information in those kinds of things. Like, War Thunder or whatever gets in trouble for that all the time because people post real information. Like, you can't do that. Or, like, there's, like even military uniforms and stuff in movies, the badges have to be in a different order or something because it's not the correct way to do it, because you can't show the actual right way to do those kinds of things. Like, if there's an actual procedure, or like, you're not allowed to actually show people how to cook meth, for instance, like in Breaking Bad, like, they don't give you an actual step-by-step instruction. And, like, in books, you're not allowed to actually tell people how to do stuff. That's illegal. So how did they get away with this?
Now, if your mark is a member of the minority, you might turn him over to the Immigration Service.
Oh my God! What was it? I'm okay. Is everyone okay? Thank God she told me to put this seatbelt on. To be honest, if I knew that was coming, I probably would have installed like a lap bar or something. There we go. That's perfect. I'll be needing this to get through the rest of the video at this rate.
Kind of also looks like just the underside of a chair.
Jesus Christ! He's telling people to falsely report people to the immigration services?
Evil.
How was this made? Seriously, how was this ever acceptable? That this could not have flown back then, even then, right?
This is going to cause him hours and hours of endless paperwork trying to prove he's a citizen of this country.
And better yet, they might just deport him. And that'll teach you to think twice about stealing my parking spot at Trader Joe's again, huh, you wily bastard? So if this wasn't already weird enough, at this point she brings on an actual detective from the police force. If you recall from earlier, that one guy had his face completely blurred as well, so it lends credence to the fact that these are real people who had stature in their respective institutions and didn't want their identities released.
And to give us a few examples is Detective J.M. I'd like to play a little game with you, if that's all right. I'll give you a situation.
Did I say that's all right? If I recall, I just stared at you menacingly. Do I look like I have time to play backgammon, sweetie? I am a working professional. Okay, one quick game of Elephant on the Elephant, but then we get back to business. Oh, the butterflies tickle my face on the way up and down.
And then I'd like you to respond with a method of male revenge that you would recommend.
Okay, shoot.
Let's say the mark is a family man.
No, I mean like shoot him, literally. Just use a gun. What are you mailing him something for? What is it, his birthday? Just off him. Use a pistol like this. Like that, just like this. Like that. Right here, like this.
Let's say the mark is a family man. You know, a wife, 2 kids, a dog. What can you do to disrupt the entire family as opposed to just the mark?
Yeah, you know, just like it says in this old book I used to spearhead this whole operation.
What did the kids and the wife do? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is messed up.
The son should not suffer the sins of the father. I didn't see that.
Put them on offensive mailing lists. Pornographic mailing lists such as pornographic magazines, pornographic merchandise. Put them on the Communist Party's mailing list. There are hundreds of mailing lists you can put them on.
Did they think this through at all? In this part, he's literally advocating to send pornography to where like minors could see or access it. Did anyone making this have even the slightest semblance of a moral compass? Just send them smut, or I don't know, put some Karl Marx in front of them. That'll confuse the shit out of them. Their grades will go down or something. That guy don't make no sense.
By the way, there are dozens upon dozens of homosexual and bisexual magazines available today.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. Love to know that. Excellent, excellent. Good to know. Where are those mailing lists again?
The last part wasn't enough!
I found if you mail these to the mark's place of work, you can start rumors or quickly
Oh
get
my
them fired.
god. That's awful! What? Because again, in the 80s, like... What did this person do to you? Like, okay, I guess... Linda Blair had some issues with her director, right? From that movie, was that her? One of the director and one of the actresses in the Exorcist series. Like, the director almost killed her. So, that, okay, sure, get him fired. Use the bigotry of the time against someone of the time. Get somebody who almost killed you fired, sure. That I guess I can kind of, like, I can see. But in general, what did these people do to you? I was thinking I can get real petty, but also I was thinking about stuff from, like, high school. Like, I don't know, man. I haven't, like, been that hurt by anybody ever, I don't think, to do something like that.
Fascinating. Well, Detective, thank you very much for your suggestions.
I put my stamp of approval on this. I won't regret this at all. Thanks for watching, everyone. But before I leave you for good this Halloween season, I want to put to use some of those interesting skills I learned throughout the course of today's video.
Excuse me. Hello?
Is your refrigerator running?
Yes.
Did you, it's not a joke. I planted a bomb in your bathtub.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, thank you for calling.
No problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I have to go. I hope you had fun. Bye.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Plus, you said not to use violence in your thing, so I don't know why you think I'd do that. Hello? Wait, am I doing the show now? Am I the host? Hi, Mom. I know this probably isn't like what you expected from me. I know you wanted me to go to like medical school, but I don't know. I just feel like the doctor industry, it's not up and coming anymore the same way the straight to VHS industry is. No, it's not a phase. Stop calling it that.
Okay. Wow. So I went into that not having any clue what I thought maybe JonTron was going to give me some foolish methods of revenge. And then it was a movie, and for a minute I thought it was like it was going to be something real. And then I was like, it's got to be a mockumentary. It can't be real. That can't be actual, like, but it never said it was a mockumentary. I still think that it might have been, but like at the same time, it got released to the public. Like, there was some messed up stuff in that. Anyway, I am concerned. I'm very concerned. Yeah, I still want to know what you guys have done for, like, revenge, but I hope it's never been anything that horrific. Again, I guess I've seen some, like, very fun Am I the Asshole, like, compilations or whatever, where people, like, explain how they got their revenge on somebody, and a lot of them I'm like, yeah, they deserved it. But I don't know. They didn't give us any, like, at least we didn't hear from this review any of the things that people have done to earn some of these issues. Like making fun, like knocking a plate of food into somebody's lap and laughing at him is rude, and it's douchey, and it obviously didn't happen. But, like, it's not going to, it's the reciprocal response is not to frame the guy for a robbery. Like, and then you'll get in trouble because, you know, they'll figure out who called and it's a fake gun. Like, then you're gonna go to jail. Like, and that's why I'm like, this didn't happen. But anyway. Wild. JonTron never ceases to amaze. He always finds the weirdest stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry about my coughing. Working on it. I'm working on it. And I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget, we have our lovely merch. We have our shot glasses. Link will be in the description below. Also, don't forget, we have memberships now. You'll get early content. You can get extra content that I will never, ever put on the regular channel. Some stuff will be for members, and then it'll eventually get to YouTube. But you'll get it early if you're a member. So, there you go. Some perks. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.